Are we there yet?
No, we're not there yet.
Why aren't we there yet?
About an hour.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
About an hour.
An hour?
It's always about an hour.
But Nannerman, I gotta go to the bathroom.
You gotta hold it. I got you snacks. I got you a cup. You can pee in it.
You got me snacks. What kind of snacks did you get me?
Not boiled peanuts.
Oh.
No mushy peanuts.
These people are weird. They don't like boiled peanuts. There's something wrong with that. But anyway, we're heading up to Crystal River to go fishing with Captain Marrio Castello.
Captain Marrio Castello.
Okay.
Tall Tail Charters.
Tall Tail Charters. See what we can get. I haven't fished up here in forever and a day. My family used to own a house in Homosassa, and so I fished up there quite a bit, but it's been a long time since I've been up there. So we're on this long drive. Brian drives like a grandpa. No, he doesn't. We're just teasing. He towed the boat. But anyway, let's see what we can do. Sabrina the Ripper.
Yep.
Are you going to catch fish today?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah. I mean, I outfished Nannerman.
Well, everybody can outfish Nannerman. That doesn't say a lot.
I'm consistent, though.
Okay.
I'm always catching. Y'all people don't think what I catch is big enough, but...
You're always catching.
Always catching. Mama fills the freezer. That's what happens. And then I rip the lips off the fish. So.
Hence, that's why she has the nickname the Ripper.
And sometimes I just catch them on their side or their tail or some other part of the body. I just rip them out of the water.
So it's me, Nannerman, and the Ripper.
On a field trip.
On a field trip.
Mm-hmm.
Field trip.
Field trip. And gas up here is $2.99 a gallon. What's wrong with our area? Why is it so expensive in our area? What are we doing here? This isn't the boat ramp.
Well, you gotta have energy. Like, you can't fish on an empty stomach. It doesn't work.
I do it all the time.
I do it all the time.
That's Nannerman's problem.
And then you take a nap.
Yeah.
Well, I eat first, but I eat during the bite and I get yelled at. Then I take a nap.
Folks, I don't know what they're doing. Bringing me to a Publix. We're supposed to be going fishing.
Shopping is a pleasure, Todd.
And I don't.
Wait a minute. Why is the sun up and we're not on the water yet?
Yeah, right. I mean, it is literally 8:12. We were already catching bait and running offshore. I don't know this ridiculousness.
This is part of your personal growth plan. We're gonna teach you another way. It's gonna be okay.
I don't need no personal growth. I'm 51 years old.
You have to experience us that do not have a boat on the water, that we have to trailer our stuff everywhere.
Nannerman,
Yes, sir.
we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We're still not there. Look at the sun. I mean, it's like...
I know, it's bright. I gotta put on my shades because my future. Corny.
It's nighttime. You gotta put your shades on at night.
Are you done yet?
No. Not even close. About halfway. About an hour.
Oh my God.
About an hour.
This is getting too long.
I know. You're used to like having 5 hogfish.
I don't know about
by now.
I don't know about these road trips. Road trips.
Field trips.
I'm sorry, field trips. I'm gonna start acting like a 10-year-old.
Are you gonna pout and stomp your teeth?
Yep, pretty much.
We're not there yet.
We're not. Ripper,
Yeah.
are we here?
We're here, but we have not begun yet.
No, we're not even close.
It's okay, Todd.
I'm so disappointed.
Don't be disappointed. It's going to be a great day. Have you seen this beautiful weather? And you're here with us.
I'm sorry, I was looking to see how much
Oh.
time I had left.
Okay. You worry about your camera. It's fine. Be present, Todd.
Well, we've gotten, all joking aside now, well, it's not going to be the end of it, but we're at Plantation in Crystal River, but we're putting it at the plantation. We're going to head out. We're at Crystal River. Like I said, it's been a long time since I fished up here, so I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna fish for redfish, snook, trout, and possibly some snook. So you know, nothing quite. It is different up here, though. I'll tell you this right now. When I've used to fish up here, one of the main things that I look for when I fished up here, even though I still look for them down in Tampa, is if I'm looking for redfish, it's the mullet. If you can find the mullet along these islands, you're gonna get into the fish. So we're gonna talk to Captain Marrio about that, what he looks for, and go through those things and see if it's quite different there or here than it is down in Tampa. So we'll see what happens. All right, so Captain Marrio, how long have you been guiding up here?
I've been guiding here since the end of 2011, beginning of 2012, so almost 11 years.
You still enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, it beats selling concrete.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
I never thought I could do it for a living. Yeah, but it's worked out pretty good for me.
Good. Yeah, I got out after 6 years. I was a full-time guide for 6, and I actually lost my love of being on the water.
Right.
It was never the clients. I had great clients, things like that, but I just lost my love of being on the water, and I just had to get out. Matter of fact, the day I made the decision, I was up in Homosassa in a back bay area all by myself in a kayak, and I was watching the mullet and watching the birds and everything else, and I said to myself, this is what I miss.
Right.
Because when you're guiding, you're always 3 steps ahead.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think, okay, this isn't going to work. What do we got to do next? What do we got to do
Exactly.
next?
I can see how that could happen, or how you lose your passion for the fishing. But this is my office view. Yeah. So that's how I think of it. But I love doing this. I'm kind of a people person, so it's good. I'm very laid back, calm, and this seems to fit the bill. So.
Yeah, because I've seen some guys that just go off the rails, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna, because I do a lot of referrals through the YouTube channel. I get a lot of questions, a lot of people ask, so you know, I want to make sure that I'm sending them with a person that they're going to enjoy being around, have fun with, things like that. So that's very important. You want to pick a guide that is first very knowledgeable of the area, of course, and then you want them to have a personality that will match what you guys are doing. And that was the biggest thing with me when I was on the water, is everybody's personality is different, and I always had to adjust my personality to where they were. I had some people that would get rowdy and have a great time, and then I had clients that would not say a word, and I couldn't read them. And they get off the boat and go, that's the best fishing trip I've ever had in my entire life. I'm like, okay, I couldn't tell. But it's a unique business because you have to be a people person. You have to understand your surroundings. You have to know what's going on. So that's a very important key to being a guide. And people ask me all the time, well, I want to be a guide, or they tell me, oh, I want to be a guide. And my first question is, well, why do you want to be a guide? And they said, because I love to fish. And I'm like,
yeah, it's not the business for you to be in. Yeah, because you don't fish a whole lot. No. Yeah, you take people fishing, you drive the boat, you tie a lot of knots.
Yeah, tie a lot of knots.
Not a lot of fishing. Yeah.
So if you love to fish, start a YouTube channel like I did. you get to fish a lot more, and it's actually a business write-off, even though it is a business write-off for Marrio. And that's kind of why we're up here too, is Mario's interested in starting a YouTube channel. He's got his he's doing Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels, and he's getting close to where he can monetize that. But he's interested in the YouTube realm of things, and hopefully I can help answer questions, help you, because I've learned a lot in the last couple of years that I've been doing this, and it's fun and it's not fun at times.
It's still a job, just like fishing for a living. It's still a job. Yep. You got to treat it as a job, but it's a fun job. It's great. It's fantastic.
And if the bike doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go, it really sucks, because then you don't get footage.
We'll blame it on Brian. It's on Brian's
bike
fault.
sucks. It's always his fault.
But anyway, we're gonna get out there and see what we can do, and I know we're gonna get into some fish, but we're coming off a full moon, so we know on the full moon the bite is tight.
We're gonna have to work for him today, but we'll be able to get some fish today.
I have no worries on that. I've been friends with Captain Marrio on Facebook for actually quite a bit. So that's how I knew of Captain Marrio, and then
and Brian started out as one of my clients. So
okay, yep, there you go.
And I still don't.
Well, folks, our first stop is we're going to try to get some keeper trout. I haven't trout fished and I don't remember when. It's been a long time. So I want to throw artificials. That's what I'm going to throw. I think that's the majority of what we're going to throw. So I'm anxious to do that. We haven't done it, but we're on this beautiful bank line here. Crystal River is so different than Tampa area. You've got a lot more limestone, a lot more rock up here. So you really have to be careful where you take your boat. If you haven't been up here before and you want to come fishing, I probably really highly recommend getting a guide like Captain Marrio, so he can show you where to go, make you understand not where to go, because you don't want to take out a lower unit. So we're set up, and I see a bird over here diving on bait. That's a good situation. So you always want to see bait. As I always tell you guys, especially when it comes to flats fishing, I look for activity. I look for birds, I look for bait, and then I look for mullet. I've seen all three of those right now. I've seen bait, I've seen birds, and I've seen mullet. So that's a good combination. So we're gonna start off and see what we can do. Well, folks, within the first 30 seconds, I've got 2 fish in the boat. Nobody else has caught one. So I don't know what's up. I mean, people don't think I can artificial fish, but guess what? I can.
Todd, you suck.
Nannerman, don't be jelly. Folks, what we're using is a 1/4 ounce DOA Glow paddle tail. And Brian's trying to encroach on me. Here comes number 3, folks.
Nobody likes a counter.
God dang it.
Ha! You missed it.
I don't like these.
it's because you're left-handed.
Actually, I'm right-handed.
Oh yeah.
I just been fishing like this since I was a kid.
The handle's on the wrong side.
Yeah, I know.
But don't you like?
You're not holding your tongue right.
There, Captain Mario's on the boat. Now we got the hoops slacking behind.
Oh, somebody was following that.
Slackers.
Nobody likes a slacker.
Show you one go.
There we go. There's another good one right there.
Clinic.
Oh man. Came off right at the boat. Should have let him eat it a little longer.
I don't know what you're whining about, because Captain Mario's using the same boat you are. Or same bait you are.
And the same boat.
Shut up, Ripper.
See how long I let him eat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to go up and cowboy Captain Marrio. Heads up.
Fish!
Stop your wiggling.
This goes to show you, Todd. I can give you the spot. I can give you the bait. If you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
you ain't catching fish.
Nope.
Another good one.
Mario can attest that I have caught and trout though.
Oh yeah. You've done it once or twice.
Once or twice, 2 fish.
So, Captain Marrio, what is it about this spot that holds these fish the way it's holding them?
We've got a lot of structure here. We have little patches of grass. We have a lot of rock. Good deep water behind us. A lot of water flow. This whole bank is, it runs east and west. Just the same thing with the current. So this is like a game trail for some of the bait fish and all these bigger fish that are swimming up and down this thing. They just follow the current.
Now, I noticed when I talked about it when we first pulled up, I noticed that there was a bird diving on bait, and I saw some some mullet activity. And I tell everybody back home when I'm flats fishing, the main thing that I'm looking for is when I tell people at home, you know, I look for mullet, I look for birds, and I look for bait. I want to see some kind of activity in the area that I'm fishing. And that's exactly what happened here. Is we pulled up, there was activity going on, there was bait fish, there was birds, and there was mullet. So that's one of the key things that I look for when we're flats fishing back home. And it same thing here. You always want to see some kind of activity going on.
Yeah, life attracts other life.
Yep.
Yeah, I need a t-shirt that says follow the mullet.
Yeah.
How do you find those redfish? Because I just drive around until I find mullet, and then when I find the mullet, I fish them. They're not every mullet school is going to have redfish underneath of it, but if there's no mullet there, I'm not going to fish it.
Yeah. And that's what I used to tell my dad when we used to kayak fish up here. We would go out to these outer islands. We'd put the kayaks on the deck boat, and we would come out here and we would put the kayaks in, and I'd say, Dad, you see that island over there? There's mullet. Go fish that island. Oh, I like that one over there. I'm gonna go fish that one over there. He'd go over there and he wouldn't catch anything. I would go where the mullet were and I would catch fish. Follow the mullet. And people sometimes say to me, oh, I follow mullet, I don't catch anything. Well, I can't help that you can't catch something. But majority of the time, those mullet schools are going to have fish in them or around them because they're kicking up crustaceans, shrimp, they're kicking up bait fish, all kinds of stuff. So that's why they follow them around. Plus, if they're small enough, which I don't look for the small mullet, I look for big mullet. But the small mullet will, of course, get eaten by the predators. Ripper! She's got her one. Excuse me, folks, for taking off my clothes. But you won't see it anyway.
He's got it sucked down. Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
Hey, little buddy. Okay, I'm finally on the board.
Yeah.
Guess who's not on the board?
Nannerman, because he leaves his phone on and he has to work.
Well, you said let him eat it.
Yeah, he ate it. Sucked it down. Oops, there it goes.
He was hungry. Thank you, sir.
Good thing we're keeping fish, huh?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good trout. It's a normal size bass, about 16 inches. It's pretty good for around here.
Ripper,
Yeah.
you're finally representing.
I know. I had to get warmed up. It's been a while. What's the bag limit on trout?
In this region, it's 5 per person per day, 15 to 19 inches.
That's a lot of fish.
That is a lot of fish. It's good for a fish fry. If you want to fill the box up, trout is a good species to do.
So really it's going to be more like 7 per person because Nannerman's not catching anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a possession limit, so.
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We got to
7.5
catch his portion. It's all right. He's making money. It's all right.
Yeah, that'll work.
No, he's actually losing his company money. What are you talking about?
That's a good possibility too.
Could be. It's all right. Good thing we'll have food.
I mean, he's in warranty work. I mean, come on.
When the curse words start to come out on the phone, you know he's losing.
Yeah.
Right.
I was hoping you would catch a fish while I was up here doing this, you know,
Listen,
because we talked about this on the way here, didn't we not? Did we not?
Just gotta get warmed up, Todd.
You and this artificial thing. I'll give you credit though. You've got one in the box.
I do
so,
have one in the box.
Yeah.
It's taking me a minute to. What does that trout feel like, right?
Mm-hmm. Because you got the pinfish going. Ta, 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 ta.
Yeah, it's a different trout.
It's a
bite,
different.
for sure.
Yeah.
They're not aggressive like they are down south.
Mm.
These things hit really. It's a mild hit.
Gently.
It almost feels like a flounder when he grabs it. You know, it's a real slow hit.
Mm.
It's about the same thing. I guess you want me to show you.
So yeah, what kind of knot are you using for your braid to leader?
Well, I'm running an 8-pound test. It's very, very thin. So what I like to do is I'll double my line up on the connection. I just tie a spider hitch, 6-turn spider hitch, as simple as 1, 4, 5, 6. Put it back through. Pull it. That's an instant double line there. You can see how it doubles up the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to a uni knot, a 6-turn on each. 6 turns on the braid, 6 turns on the mono.
It's funny how everybody has their own kind of different knots that they like to tie. I like to tie the improved Albright knot. but everybody's different. So it's neat seeing somebody's other perspective on how they do things, and I appreciate fishing with other people because I always learn something, and that's the key. If you can learn from each other, and that's what this channel is all about, is helping you become a better angler. No, be it if it's after grouper and snapper inside Tampa Bay, or offshore, or fishing for snook, redfish, trout inside Tampa Bay, whatever. Everything kind of coincides to each other. And when we're talking about establishing a pattern, we're establishing a pattern of how these fish are sitting, and knowing how do we work the bait, how are we getting the bite. That's the key. Is once we know how the approach is, and what kind of God, I can't even think of the word. Huh? Cadence. We'll call it cadence. Thank you, Nannerman. How the bait is worked through the water column. Once we establish that, it's like hooking a live bait. Sometimes they want it through the nose, sometimes they want it through the belly, sometimes they want it through the tail, sometimes it doesn't matter. But once you establish the pattern of how they want it, then you work it like that. And then once you establish what kind of bait, because Mario's using a different type of bait than I am. So Captain Marrio, we talked about it earlier, but I forgot. I didn't forget, but I wasn't filming it this time. What kind of baits are we using right now for the trout?
I'm using a DOA 5.5 cal in the glow, and I think you had the 3.5 paddle tail and also the glow.
Yep.
And we're throwing it on a 1/4 ounce jig head, and you're just working it slow across the bottom here.
Okay, now you just said something that is pretty important and pretty key. Of what I didn't even think of this, but tell me about what you said about the crab traps.
The crab traps are almost like a natural chum line on here, because they're full of bait and just pieces of fish and stuff like that, and it puts its smell in the water right here on this little flat that we're fishing. So it's not a bad thing to fish around the crab traps on a flat if they're on a grass flat, because it does attract a lot of the smaller fish to the smell, and of course that'll attract the bigger fish.
Yeah. Nannerman, what do you got, buddy?
You're having class over there, so I'm just over here catching.
Oh, denied.
Hi, my name is Nannerman. Poor Nannerman.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really cool outlook on this, is using the crab traps to your advantage.
I hooked that one next to the crab trap.
Say that again.
I hooked that one next to the crab trap.
See, people like to talk to me when I'm trying to focus on something, and then they start talking, and I want to get it on film, and I got to get their face on film.
Editing's $300 an hour, by the way, Brian.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, sorry, my rod's in the way.
There we go. In the boat.
Hey.
Hey, what?
You almost got my generator thingy. My Opus
you
wet.
said it was waterproof.
It is, but that doesn't mean...
Fish proof?
It's
Yeah.
not slime proof.
Yeah.
That's the DOA cal, the 5.5 that we've been using. Works pretty good. And like I said, we have a 3.5 inch with a paddle tail. Both of them fantastic baits for trout up here.
Give that back to me, please, sir.
Oh, that's a good one too. There we go. Tail walking. There's a good trout.
Yeah.
Look at that. One right after the other. I think we found some. Again, that's that DOA cal. I like using the 5.5 because it also catches a lot of big snook. But usually if you have normal sized trout, the snook aren't going to be there because they don't play well together. But if you start catching these little small 15, 16 inch trout, the snook will be in, they'll steal their lunch money and eat a few of them too. So.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's a good one. That's top slot. Looky here, looky here. All right, buddy.
Let go.
Yeah.
Let go my ego.
There we go. That's a pretty good fish right here. Get a close up on this guy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Some sunlight on him. It's a pretty fish. This one's gonna be tasty. Tasty.
You just caught a sandwich.
Nannerman, what are you doing?
I was told there's some fish in this general area. So I am going to prove the point that it doesn't matter if you're given the spot. If you don't know what you're doing, you are not going to catch a fish.
And that's straight from the Nannerman's mouth.
I believe in you, honey. It's okay. You're still my favorite fisherman.
Yeah, so apparently Mario said as soon as it hits the bottom, they're eating it. One must know what to eat feels like.